Happy Friday, January 22nd, 2021. Welcome to the 3 Things I Learned in SaaS, Sports, Tech, and Live Events. The arms race in sports property consulting has another major entrant as 6th Street made a very large bet on Legends, giving them north of $1 billion valuation. Somebody smarter than me once told me that private equity, who doesn't have the appetite for risk that venture capital does, when the large names all circle around a specific opportunity, it's about to explode and get very big. Now we have Atairos and Learfield, we have 6th Street and Legends, we have Teall and RevelXP, and we have Elevate Sports out there, and they're all competing. It seems like the hybrid model right now with the national sales teams with on-site supplements, which was pioneered by Learfield, is the way they're all moving. But I would look to that industry for some big changes and a lot of hiring over the coming years. That's number 1. Number 2, sticking with private equity. They are changing the sports business quickly, quicker than some see it coming. A perfect example is the NFL Super Bowl ticket market that we're seeing right now. Historically, the Super Bowl was a one and done proposition for most of the stakeholders. You had the host committee and then you had people who had tickets for just that year. There was no market beyond that year, so prices were extremely volatile. They went up and down. Once On Location came in with private equity backing, you had a much broader horizon. You have people who are willing to invest for up to 10 years, especially LPs. And what that does is that takes away the fear of a bad market because you can make sure that you're looking out for the following years. With proper funding and central control, there's no need to salvage that down year. Here's an example. In up years like now, the NFL pulled suite sales earlier this week because they want to make sure that they monetize, as the 4 names that have hit the marquee are very sought after teams. There will be more to come in that market and others, and we'll talk about it next week too. That's number 2. And number 3, please don't sell out, ever. Social media today is full of pundits espousing advice to followers that, and I quote, saying pursuing your passion is complete crap and the like. Others making fun of the other people in their MBA class who wanted to take on challenges they were passionate about while they went to a little bit less sexy businesses where they are now rich and free to chase their passions. Look, everybody has a different definition of what success is, and I respect that, and I hope they respect others. Just know this from my own personal experience. I dropped out of YPO because I grew tired of rich people complaining about how hard their lives were. We've come across a lot of people who are really successful in the world. I can only talk about our own experience, but I love my job, and I love what we get to talk about every day because we chased our passion. There's a lot of different ways to skin a cat, and maybe that way might be yours. But please don't listen to people when they're given advice in absolutes like that, when in my opinion, their jobs are kind of boring and uninteresting. That's it for this week. Hope to see you guys next week on the 3 Things.